after disappearance of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur in 1914, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur organized this Krishna Chaitanya movement in pure form from Mayapur. He published many books and papers, Sajjantashani, and he passed away in 1914. At that time, he entrusted the matter to Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that I am going, my work unfinished about this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, you take charge of it. So he took very seriously the word of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So since 1914 to 18, he was simply thinking that how I can expand this movement. So in 1918, he started this movement with the help of some disciples. Krishna sent him. So one of the disciples is now Tirtha Maharaj Parasivis. He belonged to Ramakrishna Mission Society. So he is very ambitious. So he took the opportunity of starting this movement and finding out the saintly person. So apart from that point of view, so with his help, this Gaudiya mission was started, and gradually it developed. So in Calcutta, Guru Maharaj started in 1918, and I think in 1922, when I was young man, one of my friends, he took me to Guru Maharaj. That was my first meeting. And of course he was speaking to everyone, but he found me something. So immediately after my meeting, he said this, that, why don't you preach this Chaitanya's cult in the Western countries? That is a memorable day. Of course, I did not know that we'll have to do it. It is, stop. Whatever you do not understand, you'll ask later on, not in the middle. I could not understand that time, you see. It was, I talked with him in so many ways. Who will hear your Chaitanya's message? We are a dependent country. That time I was Gandhi's devotee. In 1920, I gave up my educational career and joined this Congress movement, because Gandhi's program was to boycott the university education, the British law court. So we took this opportunity and gave up education. You see? And so then Dr. Bose, he was my father's friend, so he asked what is Ava is doing. So my sister told her, no, he has appeared in the BA examination, but he's not doing anything. So Dr. Bose was my father's friend. So he appointed me the manager of his laboratory. I did not know anything, still he appointed me. So that was in 1921. In 1920 I gave up my education. Of course I was married in 1918. And I got my first child in 1921. So in 1922, when I saw my Guru Maharaj, and when I was convinced about his argument and mode of presentation, I was so much struck with wonder that I could understand that here is the proper person who can give a real religious idea. That I appreciated at that time. And at that time I thought this great personality is asking me to preach. I would have immediately joined, but now I am married. It will be injustice. Of course, I thought like that in that way. Of course, Guru Maharaj did not say anything that you give up your family life. No, never said. He simply gave the idea. So I thought that it would have been better if I was not married. Anyway, then 1923, I left Calcutta on my business and I established my headquarters at Allahabad. So, all the days I was thinking of this. Oh, I saw a very nice, saintly person. But I am now off from Calcutta. So I was thinking like that. Practically, he initiated me because I was thinking always. Then in 1928, there was a big fair which is called Kumbh Mela. At that time I was doing business in Allahabad. My business was very flourishing. It is well known, drug shop. So the persons who went to organize our Gaudiya Math's camp in that fair, somebody has told that here is a Bengali gentleman's business, you can go, and he is very religious man, he will help. So all the disciples of Guru Maharaj, they approached my shop, my store, drug store. And because I was thinking of them, so I thought, oh, here is the man. You see? I was very glad that they have come again. Because I was separated from them in 1923, and again I saw them in 1928, after 5 years, and I was thinking of Guru Maharaj. Simply in this way, I met a very nice, saintly person. Very nice, saintly person. If I can see him again like that. So, in this way, with my help, the Allahabad Center of Gaudiya Math was established. Then I was initiated in 1933. In 1933. And in 1936, I was at that time in Bombay, and Guru Maharaj was very much indisposed. He was at Puri, Jagannath Puri. We have got our temple there. Guru Maharaj established 64 temples, small and big. Just like I am increasing, he increased. So most of the temples were in Bengal. In Bengal there were about 50 out of 64. And one temple was at Allahabad, one was in Madras. In this way, outside Bengal, about 3, 4, one Benares. And he sent Bon Maharaj also in 1933 to London for preaching. But unfortunately, somehow or other he could not do anything. So Guru Maharaj called him back in 1934. He was not satisfied and sent another god brother, Goswami. In 1936, just on the 13th December, I wrote him one letter, not 13th, I think by the beginning of December 1936, I wrote one letter to Guru Maharaj. I knew he was a little kind upon me. So I wrote to Guru Maharaj, you have got many disciples, I am also one of them, but they are doing direct service to you. Some of them are brahmacharis, some of them sannyasis, but I am a householder, I cannot. Of course I was giving sometimes some monetary help, but I could not give any direct service. So I asked him that if there is any particular service I can do for you. So that letter was replied in 13th December, dated 13th December from Puri. And he passed away on the 31st December, just a fortnight. So this reply was the same as he wanted me to do this preaching work in 1922 when I first met him. That you try to preach whatever you have learned from me, the English-knowing people in English. That will do good to you and to the people to whom he shall preach. That is my instruction. So I took up that. And then he passed away in 1936, 31st December. So I consulted some of my god brothers, senior god brothers. Guru Maharaj has told me like this, what can I do? So you have heard the name of Professor Sannal, and there are other god brothers. They asked me to write on the Bhaktisiddhānta in English. So perhaps in 1935 I wrote one poetry, the part of it is somebody you have got, and said he was very pleased. And since then he was insisting me that you write on, preach in English. At that time I was thinking, what can I do? So anyway, after his passing away, this Back to Godhead paper was started as late in 1944, I think. Because the expenditure was about 300 and 400 rupees per month. So somehow or other, it has begun, the blessings of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, as he wanted me, he desired me. So, because he desired, I am not very expert or educated or nothing extraordinary, but only thing is that I believed in his word. That is, you can say, that is my qualification. I believed 100% in his word. So whatever success is there, it is just due to my firm faith in his instruction. So I am trying to follow. And by his grace, you are helping me. So actually the responsibility will now depend on you. I am also old man. I may pass away at any moment. This movement should go on, you see. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama